You are listening to Podolsky come to you to talk haunted Vermont. However, in this season, we're going to take a look at some very interesting folklore, urban legends, and some true crime. So, stay tuned and get your spooks on. We all travel during the wintry time because, well, it's the holiday season and we like to get together with our family, whether we get there by car, plane, or maybe even a train. If there is a haunted railroad bridge to be found in Vermont, the best place to find it would be in Hartford. During a bitterly frigid winter night in the late 1800s, a fire occurred on the original railroad trestle in Hartford, Vermont. The Montreal Express, a train with passenger cars carrying 78 people, derailed and burned tragically. 36 people were crushed, drowned, or burned alive, including a boy and his father. To date, this was Vermont's worst railroad disaster. The old wooden bridge was eventually replaced with a steel structure on the original concrete footing. The bridge spanned the White River and Route 14 in West Hartford. Tortured souls are said to relive the gruesome event, almost like a residual haunting. A haunting and tragic tale, to be sure. It is said that people in nearby Hartford often avoid that particular section of road. Near the failed trestle late at night, probably just as well, since the few who have railed their courage to venture forth have come back in a near state of shock. The lingering scent of burning wood, a ghostly railway worker, and a small boy who materializes just above the river, as if standing on the ice, have been just some of the ghostly events encountered. Touching even the hardest souls are the plaintive cries for help, the wailing and screaming, as if those lost that night are reliving the tragedy over and over again, year after year. A truly haunting scenario doomed to repeat its ghostly tragic origin for years to come. Now, back in the day when I was part of our own paranormal investigative group, we did actually go here to this supposedly haunted bridge, just to see what we could capture ourselves, if not experience anything weird. Upon arrival, we found the bridge. We actually had a very interesting person that was living by this area that was trying to figure out what we were doing, because she kept trying to shine her flashlight around and everything else, because we were trying to take pictures, look around the area, see what we could find. When we finally found a way up to where the railroad tracks were, we tried to do EMF, EVPs, anything we can do. Unfortunately, we could not capture anything. But there was one particular thing that happened to us that we, at the time of the presence of being there, we could not debunk or figure out what happened. And that is, one of our teammates sat down on the rails, and all of a sudden, the rails made that sound like something was changing tracks in a way, or something was stopping, almost like you would hear a train turn on its brakes to hit another car to either back up or move forward. So what we heard, I have no idea, but it actually did shake the tracks just enough so that we could not figure out what the hell we just experienced, whether it was some sort of trick, or did we maybe possibly get a taste of something more than what can be said or felt, really. Even though we did feel it vibrate from the railroad track and heard something weird happen, but we could not determine what it was. So was it actually the haunted railroad, or was it just something else pulling our leg? And this has been a little story of the Vermont tragic train wreck of in the late 1800s during the winter season. Hopefully it does not come back to bite us even more.